Come on, sunshine.
That's what we need to talk about today. You're just here taking notes, right?
Just here
You
taking
shouldn't
notes.
set up here. You should be prepared to set up here so we don't.
That looks like the wrong spot.
Okay, Aaron.
Oops.
Think you threw the right one, perfect. On the first page, I got 3 items to declare surplus. We got a Coates tire changing machine, a Coates tire balancer, and then the next truck to be replaced is truck 2 for our department, 2014 Dodge Ram 2500, 158,000 miles on it with the plow. We're gonna ask all those things be declared surplus on Monday, please.
You gonna sell the truck?
Correct, auction, all of them.
Okay.
We did get our new tire machine, but in order to use that tire machine, we gotta get rid of these 2 because we're out of space.
All right.
Next 2 items, which is technically RFPs for, first one's gonna be our chassis, truck chassis. Second one's our truck body package. We did put both of these out for bid at the same time. Reason we did that is price increase, second quarter is coming. So I did send you guys a copy of that. On the second page, the truck body price with the truck body price with the one-way plow are listed there. $171,115 for the body, $23,191 for the one-way plow. Then on the next page with for the chassis with the extended warranty and the tow package that we're gonna ask be included, so if we have breakdowns, they can tow it for us. That includes $171,650. The legal team kind of worked with us throughout this. I'm gonna ask that we accept these on Monday and possibly working with the legal team, have the agreements ready. That way we don't have to pay the second quarter of raising prices for both of these, which they both anticipate.
We don't have them quite ready yet. We'll ask you to approve subject to an operating code sign not sign you kind of a plan.
Perfect.
Subject to your approval.
Aaron, is this, so the one from, W. Jones, is that just the equipping the truck?
That's just equipping the truck.
I
So,
was just kind of mind boggling because it's almost the same number.
yep, it is.
71,
Yeah.
wait a second.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure I have this right. So the one from Stoops is the actual truck.
Just-
W. Jones is just equipping it.
Yep, about $366,000 for everything fully equipped.
That's crazy.
It's doubled over the last 5 years.
And keep increasing their profits. I don't know how you're gonna eventually afford them. I just don't know how you're gonna keep up with them and be able to buy them.
I don't either. It's a good question. Well, that's why for now, even though we're out of room, we're hanging on to what we got, especially the ones that are pre-def treated. We're hanging on to them as long as we can, try to make things last.
Those trucks actually last long.
Yeah. That's all I have for Monday.
All right,
Thank you.
Theron.
Theron. Just tired.
Okay, Monday at 8:30, Tracy said he wants to open the sheriff paving project for the driveways. I sent it to 7 companies. We have 1 quote so far and I've talked to another, so that's where that's at. And then also on Monday, we'll have the Wilkesville Sewer County Agreement for Bridge 49. Kurt, American Structure Point did update the document. It's in Ben Trips, and we have talked to VS Engineering. They said they're going to take it to Wilkesville on the 3rd to have it signed. Do we want to have it signed outside of a meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Because, first, I'll have to present a waiver of conflict disclosure, because of course we represented both the county, not in this particular project, just the county. But what we will also have to be presented that before we can talk about it. So we have not been involved in our office in the negotiations. Thankfully, that Aaron and Structure Point and VS engineers have all done. But now that you're being asked to look at an agreement, I need to disclose that potential conflict and have you consider waiving it or both of you hiring separate vehicles. Have it signed outside of the meeting, because you'll have to present that first. So I'll have all that for you on Monday too. So any questions between now and then, let me know. Otherwise, we'll make sure to present that request along with this.
Okay. Copy.
Is that it?
That's it, yeah. Pretty exciting today.
You're a ball of fire this morning.
Do you know if you want to have separate legal counsel review these things for you, or whether or not you'd be willing to consent to the conflict and waive it?
I think we just waive it.
I would waive it.
The project is reimbursable, but we're paying for it all, so it's not like. Shush. It's not-
If you want somebody
Yeah.
else to review it, I will get you somebody to let me know before Monday.
I think
Jeff's
so.
busy.
And there,
Oh,
to
you
be
could
correct,
do
there is a set, there is a line agreement. for this.
There was a question of whether Jeff would be busy between now.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Better.
Okay, Alan, anything?
I really don't have anything other than thank you for your continued support of the veterans community in particular. The Veterans Burial Benefit Ordinance we updated.
Yeah, I don't know why the state does what they do with the limits. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me, so. You have,
The
you,
other thing I might have is the Noble County VSO is retired. And so that office is gonna be closed for probably a couple of months to train a new VSO, and those veterans down in Noble County are migrating northward. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
more than happy to be able to assist them.
That's good.
I've had a long-term kind of agreement with the old guy that when I'm out of the office, he kind of covers for me and vice versa. So extended
Yeah.
period. The only other thing I have, and I know a lot of you are aware of it, I don't know what happened, but my phone has gotten in, I'm getting all kinds of calls from, that aren't veteran related. And, but they all utilize local or area phone
Yeah,
numbers.
you-
So,
is it your cell phone or the phone in your office?
not my cell phone, it's
Just-
my office phone. If somebody could tell me how I got on that list, I'd appreciate it. One morning I came here and I had 40 voicemails stacked up in my phone. I thought, you know, that's gotta be a record. Well, then a couple days later, I had 41, so.
Huh.
It's really,
Yeah.
really a problem, but IT says there's really nothing they can do, so. I don't know why they didn't pick on the auditor's office.
It's random, you know, my cell phone's the same way.
Their voicemail's always full.
But most of them, they just hold the line open long enough that the phone goes over to voicemail.
Yeah.
There's very seldom a message on it.
Even when you answer them, they don't answer.
Pardon?
I pick the phone up and I say, hello, hello, and you, nothing. I
Well, when I
didn't,
always say veteran service office, very seldom do they answer.
Mm-hmm.
But once in a while they will, and I've tried to, you know, I said, who are you calling? They have no idea who's on the other end of the line.
no.
But, you know, when I got a veteran in there trying to do a claim work, and I gotta have someone call
Yeah.
through that period of time.
You like to reach through the phone and just choke them, is what you'd like to do.
Terry.
All right, that's all, that's all.
All right, thanks, Alan. Connie? Sheila? Kim? Gary?
Bees.
Good morning.
Nice tracing pattern.
Huh?
Nice tracing pattern.
Oh, yeah, yeah, ditto. Nice. Well, as y'all know, we've had a few hiccups here on the annex building, our rooftop units. We've had some issues at the beginning of the year, and that was actually on my radar for next year's budget. I was gonna put it in the June's budget and for next spring, get these fixed, but I think that we need to move forward and get these replaced. So I did the liberty of taking
I guess there's lesser ones there to hand out to them.
Dry fingers right now this time.
Sorry. Well, you think he'd have them stapled together and hand out his packets instead of one at a time.
wah, wah, wah.
You're saving money not using staples.
Yeah.
Oh, another one.
Got another one.
Okay.
So I went ahead and got four quotes in. I've got one from ICE, Industrial Contracting and Engineering, for a total cost of $91,387.
That's for Kurt probably.
Yeah, I got one for Kurt too. I didn't want to leave him out.
I appreciate it, Gary.
And then I also got one from Music's Heating and Cooling, for $88,732.50. I got one from Will's Heating and Air for $84,975. And then I got one from J.O. Morey's for a total of $73,250. Yeah. So, and they're all different units. I don't know what's from good to bad, but they've got a Lennox with a good warranty on them, J.O. Morey's. I'm recommending J.O. Morey's for 73, which I really thought that was a pretty good price for 8 units. 8 units. Because they got to have a crane out here for 2 days, lift these off this building. And so, I'd like to get that done this spring, if all possible. Because we haven't got heating or cooling system or cooling starting to come up. We're going to need air, and who knows what could go wrong with these.
This is great, because it's over 50,000. As you know, you're looking at me like you know the answer.
Yeah.
We'll have to help Gary to make sure he sends out the notice according to the statute in the U.S.
Snail mail.
mail and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yes, so this is awesome. I can get Gary a notice and give him instructions and what to do, and you can be in a position, and he'll just have to explain to these people that it's ridiculous, but we didn't write the law, but it's over.
So what the state requires.
We gotta stick it in the mail. Probably won't take them-
And it'll take forever because it goes from here to Indianapolis back up here and gets lost sometimes, and who knows where it goes.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
We send mail from Shipshewana, it goes to South Bend to Indianapolis. Then it comes back up, sometimes stops at Fort Wayne, sometimes comes up here. And a lot of times it gets lost.
The postal service can't figure out why they don't make money.
But you could email it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just to make sure they get it.
We just gotta throw it in the mail 7 days prior, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's.
So Kathy, you can find where we can take this out of.
I will get you.
Okay.
I mean,
I haven't looked because I didn't know anything about this. Probably Cume Cap is gonna be one of your most appropriate places for it. I'm not sure what appropriations in there. I'll have to look at that. It's too late to advertise for the council meeting if it's not already appropriated, but I'll take a look.
no, I doubt we'll have everything back and open.
Yeah,
by
we're not
then.
gonna have anything back by the 9th anyway, so. But he wants to do it this spring, so we'll get it done.
Gary,
Usually
these
not too hot in
these
April.
are HVAC things. What do I call them?
Heating, cooling, HVAC,
Okay. thank you.
HVAC systems, yeah.
Gary, how long is this price good for, Joe?
It's a good question. I can find out for you. Let you know by today.
Maybe
This
someone
morning.
will have it right.
I'll get it to him right away. We'll get it to you right away.
Yeah, it doesn't say, does it?
Well, with no expiration date on there.
I like that.
I
mean-
Tomorrow.
Well, J.M. Moore says it's page 1 of 3.
Yeah, I don't know where the 2 pages are.
Only got 1 page. You got the other 2 pages for J.O. Moore?
Yeah. was just
It
a
may,
contract.
It probably says.
it probably says in the contract how long
Yeah,
it's good for.
yeah, I can read that too. I got the other 2 pages. I didn't.
Kurt, does that mess anything up that you gotta resend it out that everybody will know the price is given? Is that?
We don't have to tell anybody what the proposals say.
Right.
They have a right to get them under APRA if they
Right,
know
yeah.
that they're.
Well, I
there.
say anybody watching too. it-
Yeah, sure. So yes, it could, but it also could result in a better price. for
Correct,
it.
yes, I,
They got a big gap to fill if they want to.
So he'll just want to let them know the reason for the delay and why in the world are they going to get something in the mail is because they're going to have to respond to that, not this.
Right.
So, yeah, it's just because it's over 50,000.
Yeah.
So,
it's crazy that there's not a category for general maintenance.
I was
Like
gonna say,
like
it's
the
routine,
paving of the parking
it's
lot.
routine maintenance.
well, there is a routine maintenance, but it, that makes it a public work project and it's still 50,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was planning on the budget for next year too.
So,
That's the reason it popped up.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I can call them, I can call them, have them split the bill. They'll work with me.
What else you got, Gary?
Also too, we talked about, getting this main hallway done. You know, like I did the top floor, got the top floor all done. Now I got, you guys wanted a couple more estimates, so I went out and got some more estimates done. I don't know which ones you have for sure, but I think, you know. There's that one. And I believe you currently have one from DNS Service and DNS Builders. I have one here from Landmark Builders. They're out of Shipshawana for the sum of $14,375 plus electrical. Terry and I had talked about an afterthought of putting in these hand dryers in the bathrooms, which I thought was a good idea. So if you take Landmark Builders at $14,375, and here I got a new price from Don Long.
For the electrical.
Yeah, electrical issues here. Give you that, pass that down.
So electrical the Don Long goes with the Landmark as far as the package.
Yeah, part of the package. It's a sum of $19,762.50, and that's for everything.
Mhm.
That's for everything. And then we have a price on Landmark. Then I have one here, Optimal Construction. They're out of Wolcottville for the sum of $41,561, and that's not counting the electric. I have one here for DNS Service for the sum of $23,523.35, and that's not counting electric. Then I also have one here from DNS Builders for the price of $45,735, and that counts electric. So my suggestion is probably my guess would be going with Landmark. They're out of Shipshawana for the sum of $14,375. And electric is $5,387.50 for the total of $19,762.50. And that's for everything. And I do have money allocated for that as well.
You do have what?
I do have money for that.
Okay.
Any copies of your other quotes for DNS and DNS?
You don't have those? I will get those for you. Okay, and then I have one more thing to bring up. It's kind of a sore subject, but it has to be brought up.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Pardon?
Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Okay, here it goes. I got approached last week about having the art show on the courthouse lawn.
That was after she talked to you, Peter.
So it's,
We was gonna bring it up. Kurt's working on the documents. We're not, and I think Kathy said she wanted to put on the agenda, and I said, nobody's getting put on the agenda until we figure out what we're gonna do as far as this, the ordinance, whatever. So Kurt's working on it. I think we need a fee associated with people using that courthouse lawn. Just need to know how much. I'd like to see that money go into a maintenance fund for the gazebo and courthouse lawn and that. Instead of just, in the general fund, that money goes back in there. So we've got any issues or problems out there, it gets fixed.
Yeah.
But I think also it needs, the contract needs to say they're responsible, reliable for any damages done to the property.
because I'm getting calls at least once a week, and my hands are
We
tied.
just tell them that right now, unless they want to do just the gazebo is fine.
Yeah.
But the lawn itself, we're still working on that, so.
And is there any way that we can take the money that we make off the gazebo, put in the gazebo fund? 'Cause I have that fund.
Gazebo.
Is there any way that we
Oh,
can
we already
do
did.
that?
Money already goes there.
I think you're talking about the maintenance, if we charge a
Yes,
fee.
correct, yes.
If we charge a fee for them to use the property, he'd like for that to go in the gazebo fund also.
If you tell me to put that in there.
We'd like for it to go in there, so that's, that money set aside for it.
I think it'll make it easier for us to charge a fee.
Got it.
Rather than keep hearing it's the taxpayers.
I know.
And-
If you already,
Use it as a
Kathy
fee
says
to
you
go
already
for
have the fund,
maintenance.
so I'll just make
Well,
sure
that's what
to
it should, I mean, that's the whole idea behind it, is so we can maintain
Yeah.
what's
Maintain
happening.
it.
out
Because
there.
they're gonna damage it when they use that out there. There's no doubt in my mind.
It's gonna
Something's,
cost us money to keep
Yeah.
it up to.
Because when I get my budget, I have the gazebo fund, there's always $100 in there, but that's nothing.
They just- the
That needs to be
fee
added
numbers
on. They make more than that in a year.
haven't been much to do with, so.
We had a couple things in the last year out there that, that eagle and.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We got the buffalo out there. We got that artwork out there, you know. But,
Is the guy coming back to cut one of the trees to
Yes,
carve Terry's face in it?
yes.
that ain't gonna happen.
You put hair on it?
Yeah.
No, it's a nice smooth cut.
Well, I was thinking about putting Bucky the Beaver out there.
Bucky's.
Bucky's.
So I don't know what kind of fee you guys
I mean,
think.
how many times a year do you typically rent it?
The gazebo,
The whole thing, like if
So
somebody
how
wanted to
many
use the
times a
yard.
year they use the whole, want to use the whole property?
I'd say at least a dozen times or more.
Well, you got the farmer's market wants to use it at what, every Saturday?
Every Saturday, starting June.
What is your annual maintenance on to keep the whole yard and everything
Well, I
up?
fertilize the crap out of it and irrigate it. Irrigation goes off all summer long.
Mhm.
And this year I got to sow some grass on the south side.
So I mean, do you think you spend 4,000 a year maintaining it?
No. I don't spend
No?
that much, no.
I'm just trying to figure out where that mark is, that for the amount of times they rent it to the amount you're
I
spending.
spend
on
probably
it.
a couple grand, a couple thousand.
That's if there's no damage. What'd it cost you to fix the lawnmower when you hit that stake out
I
there?
buy new blades for that. New blades.
When they hit if they hit the irrigation with the stakes? Because even though they say they don't put stakes out there, they put stakes out there.
Yeah.
You found that out last year.
I found that out last year. Everybody in LaGrange heard me. It was a good thing.
I don't know, I'm thinking $250 every time you use it.
I don't think that's unreasonable. If you're using if you have you have access to the whole yard.
What do you think, Kevin?
That was a lot lower than that. That's what you two feel. I'll go along with it.
Well, we can't make a decision today anyway.
No,
right?
I'm just saying that,
But I
but
mean, I don't.
I'll start with that.
start with that and bring it to us, Kurt, then we'll go from there.
Got it.
All right.
We'll argue about it some more.
I mean, if you rented it 10 times, that's only 20.
And it would be per day. So if somebody has it for a weekend, it'd be 5 or
Does anybody ever do it on a weekend? It's just usually a day, isn't it?
Oh,
Just during the day.
just
yeah.
one. Okay.
But it's per event. I'm not, somebody comes in and says they're gonna do 6 Saturdays in a row, it's per Saturday.
Per Saturday.
Okay.
Because some of these places out here, they're charging a fee for them to put their tent out there, aren't they? Aren't they charging some kind of a fee to set up out there?
Gary, how much damage you have from corn skull?
Quite a bit. I mean, it looks like cattle went over my yard. I mean, you
It's
know
just people
that.
walking on it. I mean, they're not
Just people
setting
walking
stuff
on
up
it.
there. Other than, they use the gazebo, and that's the only thing they use during corn school.
Yeah.
I mean, they walk on the yard. I mean, right now they walk on the
A
yard,
lot
but
of people, yeah. I was just comparing.
thinking about what they say if 1 week is corn school, because, I mean, they don't do anything on the yard, so. One thing we don't want to, when we have that ordinance, Kurt, is no political events.
Okay.
I don't think we ought to let the courthouse be used for any political events.
What about religious events?
They're gonna have to pay the $250.
And no tents? No bouncy houses?
No bouncy houses.
God, no. That's when they put the stakes in the ground.
Well, they do that with the big tents too.
Mhm.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, both of those.
They had a tent the last couple of years, they had great big tents on the south side. Huge.
All right.
and also, what do you charge right now to use the gazebo?
Tent, well, right now I moved it up to $20. Last year it was 10. So it's 20 now.
Wow.
Would that fee include?
That's
The
just
use
the
of the
gazebo.
That's just the gazebo.
No,
The
but I mean-
250?
No. Yes, no.
I don't know.
So
If you're gonna do that, if they just want to rent the gazebo, it's gonna be 250 then.
do we need to collect money when they get married on a gazebo? What do you think? Your opinion?
How bad's the guy want to get married?
They're using it. I think they're using it, so
Yeah, I don't see, I mean, to me, that's no different than,
What do you mean it's
Having
not
come-
different?
the use of it is not different.
I have a question or a concern about that. It is a little different because it's like 10 minutes. It's literally a 10-minute ceremony and they're done. So charging for that, I don't.
Can't they,
Usually during the day.
can't they just do it in your office?
The guy spent all his money anyway.
What are you gonna do about all the people that come and take photos of the courthouse lawn, senior pictures, prom pictures, all of them? You've got people that come all the time.
Now we're splitting hairs.
Now we're splitting.
yeah.
So there's a lot that happens that's just like done, here and then done.
Mhm.
I mean, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think an event is
Just the
something
groups
different.
Groups or organizations.
The only thing that concerns me is like when they did a full-blown wedding out there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not that was, but I'm sure they're not gonna come in and tell you they're doing that.
But if we have that contract and we find out they're doing it, we have the right to kick them off, don't we?
Well, you have the right to kick them off anyway.
Yeah, you have the right
I
to
mean,
take them off.
if they don't tell us they're doing a full blown out wedding and you go out there,
Mhm.
what are all these 100 tables for?
I'll let you be the one to kick them off.
Oh, I
then.
will. I don't have a problem doing that.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
You're just telling me it's gonna cost you $250.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna turn the sprinklers on.
Time to run them.
Gary, you know that when they,
Yeah.
What's that?
you should know that when they reserve it anyways.
Pardon? I didn't hear.
You should know that when they reserve the.
Oh, well, you would think, but last year they didn't. They just rented the gazebo from me.
So do-
$10.
When they do the weddings in the gazebo, like just a quick one, like you're saying, Kim, do they tell you that's what they're doing or?
The reason I know is the deputy clerks are able to perform ceremonies. So we have Jean and Neff that actually performs the ceremony. So when they come in to get their license, they ask her when she's available.
Okay.
Most of the time she does it at her lunch break, or she'll do it right at 4 o'clock or after 4 o'clock. And it's just, like I said, a 10-minute.
So she's doing it for free.
No, she doesn't do it.
Oh, so that's why she's doing it off of the county time. Gotcha. That makes sense.
So she's making money and we're not charging them for anybody to use that since she's making money to do that.
That's her charge for performing the ceremony.
Kind of trustees.
On your property.
You buy the plates, they get the money.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know what we talked about charging for the gazebo, but I don't think $10 is, or whatever, $20 to use it for a ceremony like that is too much. Do you want to get married or not? It's going to cost you believe me, it's going to cost you a lot more than $20 after you're married.
Yeah. in the long run.
And I'm not saying that in a negative way. It's just,
Oh,
there's costs associated with it.
Is Eric listen?
Probably.
Well, I guess when he gets the ordinance around, we'll get it,
Yeah,
And to your comment about the schools, we're not talking about people going, taking a picture. We're talking about people coming out there and spending all day, putting up tents, putting up bouncy houses, putting up all kinds of crap out there.
On the crowd.
I get that, but when we start talking about people using it for 10 minutes, $250 for 10 minutes, we have a lot of people that do that. That was my only reason for saying that out loud.
No.
It is not, I agree, it's not the same for using it for evening, all evening or all day on Saturday.
I don't know what it's gonna look like yet. I will put something together. I'll throw some numbers in there and you guys
Yep.
can tear it up.
That sounds good.
And in the meantime, if you have somebody that you need to give authority to, you can do it in your regular meeting.
Yeah,
If you find that you're tired of waiting, but I will get you a draft. And I'll
well, I think the
Creative.
first event, I think not till June, isn't it? It's a
Correct.
big,
I have some gazebo rentals coming up here real short.
yeah. I'm
But
out.
other than that, not till June.
So there's no rush on the June one. We still got time.
Yeah, and I know you don't like to hear me say this all the time, and I would like to get away from calling it a rental or a lease. Allowing someone the permission to use our facility is a license. It's
So they need to be
revocable.
licensed.
Okay.
We've got to try to stop
Yeah.
calling it a lease or a rental, because that carries with it a whole nother context, landlord tenant laws and blah, 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 that you don't even want to know about.
Kurt, is it possible to say we license somebody to use it and the group misuses it?
Oh, gosh, yes.
So then we can put, like, basically make a list and this group is not allowed?
Absolutely. A
Okay.
blacklist or something, yeah,
Yeah.
so to speak, if it's somebody that's violated the terms of the license.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of,
Yeah.
because I'm sure that eventually that's going to happen too.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
It is, yes, we have to treat people similarly situated,
Mhm.
set the same. You've got all the different issues you have to deal with there. But freedom of association, of
Mhm.
course, constitutional issues.
Mhm.
But ultimately, it is your property to manage and to treat, to take care of for the community.
Mhm.
And if you find that people are abusing it, you have the right to stop people from using it. You just can't stop one group versus another because of the nature of their
Well, I think what's gonna happen if
Yes.
people start using it on a regular basis out there, your yard's gonna get messed up, it's gonna get trampled down, especially when it's hot during the summer, they're using out there, you're gonna be a lot of maintenance on the grass and everything, trying to keep it healthy.
if you find that
Whack
it's
the
abused,
trees.
you can stop it.
Yeah.
Cut the trees down. It'll help your yard a lot.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Is that it?
All right, thanks.
Thanks.
Jason,
No.
Bill,
Not now.
He wants to rent the gazebo.
Sure you don't want to build one?
There you
Not right now.
It's profitable.
Yeah, go through Jason.
This is a quote that the LAPC is looking at purchasing foam eductors. Basically, it turns the fire hoses. It can produce foam for hazmat spills, things like that. Our county basically got rid of all of our foam trucks, so there's not a whole lot there. The LAPC talked about in our meeting this week, looking at purchasing 3 of them, one for the east, west, and central fire departments. That way they're kind of scattered throughout the county.
who are you gonna give them to?
I don't know, we'll
Put their
figure-
names in a hat and pull it out, see who?
No, I'll probably strategically place. There's certain ones probably that we know will maintain it, because basically they're gonna have to maintain these, take care of them, so we'll be careful on who we give that to make sure that's done, but the price there, you can see it, it's $1,809 for each set. So a total of $5,427. That's drastically cheaper than originally thought, but Stuart Bender was he had 3 nozzles that can be used that is in his storage that he's going to allow us to put with these. So that's saving us almost $2,000, $2,000 or $3,000. So, but that's where we're at now. Kathy, I think I've got enough appropriated actually in our supply.
Yes, you do have 6,000 appropriated there. I printed that budget off in case you needed it. So as long as you don't have plans for using that right now, that's
Well,
fine.
yeah, right now we could do that. We got another purchases coming, but we can always appropriate later when we get those quotes in.
You can hope to.
Huh?
You can hope to.
Correct.
And we'll probably create a line that starts with 4, because this isn't what I call supply, like a consumable. It would be like more like a fixed asset. So, but you could have appropriations transfer, so you should be fine.
And then on top of that quote, they told us up to $150 for shipping, because it's marked in there. The shipping cost is not in there. He said 150 would be more than enough for what it would cost. So
Where's it coming from?
I have no idea. Stewart's done all this.
Mid-state office is in Greenfield.
Greenfield, Valparaiso, just drive down, pick it up.
I have no idea.
Day trip.
Yay. Sounds exciting.
Bill, I'm just scared. I'm not knocking because I think it's something we definitely need, especially electric cars. But if we had a need for this,
So we get a lot of diesel and fuel spills and foam can go on top of that, so it could technically, yes.
Yeah.
A lot of the hazmat spills that we get on the roadway, using foam will help keep that condensed to one area.
And all the trucks on US 20, I can understand that. All right, thank you.
So, but yeah, and then I will not be here on Monday. So I don't know. Terry's our chair for the LEPC, so I'm sure he's happy to bring that up.
You wanna make sure you put it on there, Kathy, and have it brought up. So I don't forget.
Any other questions? That's all I've got.
Thanks, Bill. Robbie? Jenny? Which one? Like both of them popped up.
She's gonna actually do most of the talking.
Oh,
Jenny squared.
It's easy to talk to.
Back in October, Circuit Court contacted me with an ADA concern that started out with the need for ASL interpreters to be able to be incorporated into Zoom or virtual court hearings. And the way that the system had been set up, that was not possible. So they had to hire ASL interpreters to come into the courtroom, which was an added expense. They made it work, kind of Band-Aid fixes, so to speak. And I had spoke with Mark about this concern when he was still here. And the decision was made to get New Era back in the courtroom, who is the one who had set up the technology that was done at that time, and see if what the court was trying to do with the ASL and other interpreters that they need, if that was even possible, what was going on with that. And from there, Jenny and her team did meet with New Era and Circuit Court, and there is a proposal to correct those ADA concerns. And so she's got the proposal, if you want to hand each of them that, and then she can explain what's in the proposal, what the technology needs are. I checked with Kathy, we have $50,000 in our ADA fund. And so depending on this, what New Era says they can do for Circuit Court to correct these concerns, I believe there should be money in the ADA fund to cover those. And so I'll let Jenny talk about the quote.
Okay, this one is a two-part quote. There's a part for Circuit Court, and then there's also a part for the Flex Court that they have to go to when their court is occupied. Circuit Court is having the most done. It has 5 parts to it. The first is the phone interface, which is going to allow the phones, when they do get an internal phone call, it will allow it to go over the speaker system itself and therefore be documented in their recording system. The document camera is also going to be added. That will be so they can add documents to be seen by all of the TVs in the courtroom. And hopefully this upgrade with the display modules on the back of the TVs will also allow that document to be presented back to the other Zoom participants. So we hope that will work that way. The speaker table box modification, we originally thought that would have been done with the other order, but it is going to be added to this one. The ClearComm device is initially the camera, and we're also hooking up a display module on the back of the camera so that it can be used as 2 inputs. So they're adding a splitter on there so that they have the ability to use that TV when it is not being used as a conference call. So it'll be just another display for jury members or whomever they need to. And the Flex Courtroom, there is a little bit more that they needed for the integration, but I was able to find most of that on Amazon at a much cheaper price. But New Era is providing the phone interface that will also go to the recording device for that. Circuit Court's portion is $12,346 for most of the services and the equipment. The interface for the phone is $1,137. Yes, for the VoIP interface. And then $1,510.50 is for the flex phone. And gives you a grand total of $23,108.50.
And this is not gonna be in Superior Court? They won't have a use for it, or?
Well, Superior does use circuit court,
Okay.
but I'm not sure how much that is used. So they will take advantage of it when they
Okay.
use that court, but at this time it is just circuit.
Okay.
All right, thanks. You gonna bring up money then?
Yes.
All right.
The other thing I have was, do you want to talk WIC? So, thank you, Jen. We found out after a meeting, I was not part of the meeting. I was just notified after it was over, that WIC is going to move forward with combining LaGrange services into Steuben County, making Steuben County the administrator. Services will stay in the county. That's a process they're hoping to have done by the time the grant year ends. However, in the meantime, we do have two, I believe, Steuben County employees who are going to come over and provide services that we have been unable to fill. We have sent the state a couple candidates. Those candidates have been denied for lack of nutrition credits within their college degrees, I guess. That is the easiest way to describe why they're being denied. But Steuben County does employ people who are qualified and approved, so those people will be coming here to provide services. And then I believe they're going to bill us. But I guess we just need to get something in place to allow for that to happen for those employees.
But
to come over
that
here.
billing is not to us released to the WIC program, so we'll be.
It's
there
be paid
to-
through WIC.
Yeah, so.
We have to pay and get reimbursed for it.
Right, but WIC
Yeah, will be,
will.
yeah.
Something.
Mhm.
in place.
Some kind of agreement, or is that what we were looking at?
It's up to you guys, we were receiving a couple of times the people from Elcar. You give us the okay. So I'm not sure how you want to do it. You want to do
This
it
is gonna be on a
anyway?
permanent basis, so we're probably gonna need something in writing, aren't we?
My understanding, when everything is all said and done, they're gonna stay in our office until they can find another location. They don't intend to stay in our health
No.
department
Mhm.
long-term.
Yeah.
It's only
No.
temporary while
Yep.
Steuben County and the state WIC office look for a different location.
So they'll actually have a physical location in LaGrange County, not in the health department.
That is correct.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in that case, then we wouldn't even be administering it.
Right.
No.
We would be
No.
totally out of it at
We
that
will be
point.
completely
So
out.
right now, they're
Yes.
just like a vendor. They're billing. you
Yeah.
for
Yes.
services.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we still currently employ the WIC coordinator and the WIC clerk
For now.
for now. Once they make the transition and Steuben becomes the administrator or the county of record for that funding, then we will not have any employees.
Yes, sir.
We would just be allowing them to use the space until they found a different location.
So where are those two employees going?
They'll become Steuben County employees. Both are aware.
Okay.
Is this months or year?
Well, October is when the grant
October is
cycle.
the- yeah.
So we're talking months.
Very short term.
And the Steuben County is going to be, the WIC office in Steuben County is going to be talking with the health department in April. And that will be dependent because, after that we'll know if they have been talking with the commissioners over there or the auditor over there. So we don't know what's going on over there. This is the information that we received from Crystal, talking with Indiana Department of Health WIC office. So if the
Probably right
health
now, we don't
department
have to
say
really do
no,
anything.
I agree.
I wouldn't think.
No.
Now, if they want a permanent relationship that involves using our space and
Exactly.
billing us, then.
It'd be different, so,
I
but,
agree.
but it sounds like they're not gonna be doing any of that, so
Okay.
I guess we just keep operating as is and we'll keep us informed when they make the change, I guess.
So for now, they can come to the health
Yeah.
department and work.
Yeah, for now.
So our employees are gonna transition to there.
Yes. Mhm. Yeah.
It's all paid out of WIC anyway, isn't it?
Mhm.
All
Yeah,
their money,
it's
yeah.
paid to WIC. Mhm.
Okay,
Okay, we're good?
all right, thanks.
Thank you.
Where are we at? You didn't go to the conference? You have anything, Juan? The one hiding behind Robbie back, oh, nothing? So kind of hiding back there. Mary? Jerry?
That's a new grant.
I said Jerry.
No, I always want to. I always want to say Jen.
Oh,
No, it's
we
not.
got two Jennies.
I know,
Two's
it's
enough.
like
We don't need more Jennies.
I was telling him I always want to call you Jenny, and I know it's not, but I always, it just,
Come
that's a,
on now. Okay, my
I'm
God.
just good to remember the name.
I know.
We've been awarded our SEED grant, which stands for Sewing Enriched and Enhanced Data Sets. And I have emailed all of you a copy of the grant contract and Kathy as well. So I need to bring that up Monday, and it'll also have to be signed.
It's got that
at the meeting.
DocuSign. I didn't sign it this time.
That's a good thing. Did they get that to you? Because when they sent it back to me,
I
it-
have
nothing would open.
both I got it. Well, she sent me an email saying that the DocuSign's coming. Then I got another one, 067 grant. Is that the one?
Yeah, and the one that says the documents coming should have your code to.
Yeah, there's a code in there. So
Yeah.
I haven't done anything with it yet. I was waiting.
Well, that's good then.
You know, I have a tendency to sign those when I get them from Theron all the time. So,
So.
and
then,
Sherry.
So also this next month, I will have a contract for you to look over for the company that is going to be working with me on this. Kurt already has that information and will be combing through it. So one of the next two meetings, once he's satisfied with what he's looked over, then I'll bring that forward.
It's good.
Any questions? All
Nope.
right, thank you.
Not yet.
Kim?
Nope.
No. Or what?
Vivian.
Oh,
Copier.
The
Yeah, I
copier,
think-
yeah, we need to talk about that.
yeah.
I talked to Jess about it last.
Is this an amendment to their contract or just?
This is,
No.
You read it? You know, it's about.
so
Yeah.
you'd given, and have some funds to
Yeah.
purchase the copier for Purdue Extension as they use in their, printing all their materials. Purdue has come back and said because of the total price of the project,
For
it
10,000.
needs to be a Purdue asset. So they want it to be considered theirs. They are willing to enter into just kind of a memorandum of understanding that, yes, it's to be used here. They won't take it without letting anybody know. But you have to understand that it would be considered their.
It's a Purdue
item.
asset.
So they're gonna have to pay for all the maintenance and all the
Nope.
paper.
No, I
Extension
sent you
is.
the, sent you the thing
Yep.
that it's gonna operate exactly like they planned on.
It's just because it was over $10,000 that Purdue has to
Over $10,000.
claim it's as their asset.
Not to you guys, but it's total cost of the asset.
Yeah.
That it just would be considered theirs. So
Why don't they contribute $9,999?
it's total cost of the asset, not the, how much they're putting into it. Cause that was my first thing, was let's take the $28.18 off. Because
Mhm.
that's the total cost of the asset.
And what, I mean, they gotta
I
have it,
talked
so.
to Jeff Berwick about it last night. He came and talked to me and I said, Jeff, we didn't have to give you 1 cent for that copier. It just irritates me that it sets up in this office. We put $6,000 against it. And that new guy in the business office down there doesn't
Yeah.
want to sign. She knows what I'm talking about.
It's been a long process, and then talking with the business office, and then having to Jeff talk to Kathy, and then back to the business office. So yeah, we understand the frustration as well.
Yeah, you just need to make copies and it gets complicated.
Mhm.
Okay. So,
Purdue needs a new copier.
yeah, they
I'm just
do.
telling you.
Yeah, we know that.
We know
The
that.
choices are, we pay for it all and it's our asset, or Purdue was willing to put up the $10,028.18, but they wanted, and we put in, what was it, 6, and they want it considered a Purdue asset.
When we got rid of the one we had now, what was it worth?
The one they have now,
The one that doesn't work, what's it worth?
nothing because it doesn't work.
Right. So that's my point is it doesn't matter whether we might as well take the 10,000 from them, and put it in their name. It's not like they're getting rich when they sell it.
Yeah.
Well, the third thing is they just buy a cheaper copier. They'll buy a 16,000.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could, but I'm just saying it just,
And
it's,
I'll just say they do a little more printing than just.
Yeah, they do.
Booklets and,
There's a
you know,
lot of, there's a lot of things that machine has to do, so,
Yeah, we go through a lot of paper, especially during fair.
Yeah.
Show bills and booklets and.
I mean, it's nothing to do. These-
No.
I know it has nothing to do with them. That's what I'm
I
saying.
think-
It's, I don't,
One guy down.
it's
so
a,
is there a memorandum they want us to sign? They got one made up already, or?
This was just the points that they had discussed. I don't know, this would be up to Kurt, how formal do you want it? Do you want just like this with everybody signing it? Do you want something more
I mean,
to it?
and my Kurt can answer better, but I'm thinking just because we're spending $6,000, we have to have something in writing, correct?
I would think so. I mean, they have a contract, right? And so it's almost sounds like it's an amendment to their contract, but you know, they produce that every year. They're not gonna probably want to let me do anything. I'm guessing they don't seem to be very flexible. So yes, in the perfect world, you'd want something signed, whether it's this MOU signed by them first and then you, because if you sign it and you send it down to them, you may never see it again.
Right.
Right? Or if it's is an amendment to their contract right now, which says, you know, I think whatever the amount is. So they have an annual contract you guys sign every year.
Yeah, I think we
But
just, the MOU would be sufficient for me.
if
Get
they'll
them to sign it at
sign-
Purdue, then have, we'll sign it up here after they sign it.
Okay, we can contact the business office to see if we need like a formal one, and then we can have
Yeah.
that sent to you guys.
Have your business guy do something.
I mean,
Yeah,
it looks good to me
Yeah,
if they'll sign it.
just put some signature lines on and have them sign it and we'll sign it.
okay.
Steve, do I have that by Monday?
Yeah, I can talk to Jeff about it. We can, yeah,
All right,
Put you on the agenda.
all right, thanks.
thank you.
Miss anybody out there? Don't see me hiding, so Kathy, what do you got?
That's all I had.
Okay, Kurt?
One thing, and it's just to get your opinion, and Peter will have to deal with this March the 6th.
Oh, the RDC up there?
I am having a fair amount of trouble getting language that I believe the RDC wants. The problem, as you can imagine, is that this is apparently a fast track thing that's just all of a sudden we had to have a special meeting just to deal with it. And they want, $1,250,000, I think is the number. That isn't the problem. The problem is that the RDC, the instructions to me last year were, if we're going to do this, we want something for our money. We want reservation of capacity for the sewer plant because that's what this money is supposed to be going towards. Because the discussion has been, we don't want the money going, we meaning the RDC, don't want the money going for subsidizing the rates. We want it to go towards expanding the treatment plant. And so if it's going to go towards expanding the treatment plant, we want some assurances in writing that they won't
You're
release
not
all
gonna
the
get that, are
capacity.
you? You're not gonna get that, are you?
Having trouble, a lot of trouble. I have a meeting this afternoon with Ice Miller, which is their bond counsel, and Andy Boxberger, their lawyer. I think Andy has been very accommodating. I don't know, of course, what's really happening behind the scenes, but right now we have been unable to reach any kind of agreement that would give us what I want, which is not just lip service over, yeah, we'll hold back enough for you to, 75,000 gallons per day is what we've been arguing for a long time. They appear to be willing to do that, but they currently have not been willing to give us written, specific, verifiable, enforceable assurances that I can.
If a lawyer won't put it in writing, then they're not willing to continue on doing it. I'm just,
So,
I'm learning that
how
one.
much money are they taking all of it?
Million? No, there's quite a bit. And I'm sorry, I don't know the number. There's quite a bit left in
Cause I
there.
wanna make sure the fire department is,
And they're not asking, at least at this time, for any commitments beyond that number. So next year, I think we got a couple of years left in that TIF right now, unless it's extended. So it's going to still generate several $100,000.
okay.
And I do believe that the RDC is planning to, they've already authorized and Kathy is working on and has started to, I think, sent out notices for the volunteer fire departments, the Lima Township reciting and roofing project, which we think is gonna be, I don't know, 100 grand or so, maybe more. So that project is scheduled for March 27th. So I do believe the RDC is committed to making sure there's money there for them, specifically that project.
I'm just thinking about their future truck needs, because,
Well, that I don't know, Terry.
yeah.
But the numbers aside, I'm just letting you know that we're kind of getting to a point where somebody's got to say, you know, no or not. And
You're either doing this or we're not giving.
yeah, and you know, that's going to be difficult because if we, the RDC, say no, according to Andy, and I have no reason to dispute what he says, they will lose their SRF financing. Or they got to come up with their money somewhere else.
Well,
I don't know why that's the case, but that's what I'm being told.
I don't think you need to be, I don't think we need to be forceful about it, but we need to let them know that we hold the cards because they need the money. They have to put it in writing that we want.
How much,
So much
how much
reserve.
money has the Elk Red gotten from the county over the years? Anybody know?
We took a look at it and it's several $1 million.
I was gonna say, I thought we,
That's my concern is we're supporting a non-county entity. And after I went through those figures, I went and asked Kathy.
'cause I can remember at least a couple times that we've given them, I know, loans out of that major moves fund.
We were up to about 8 or 9. Kathy, you call, I don't remember. I should have.
I don't know, but they
It's
did
a
get
lot.
some ARPA as well,
Yeah, ARPA money, that's right.
1.5 for that.
It's a lot of money.
I mean, yeah.
And I know what we did to help keep the cost down for the residents up there and everything, but, you know, that it,
Well, I think that gives us even more ammunition to say we've helped keep the costs down. We want to reserve some space.
I don't know why they don't, why wouldn't they want to put that out?
They don't
there?
want to put it
Okay,
in.
okay. To be fair, what they're telling me is it's not that they don't want to do it, it's that they don't believe they can and meet their tax covenants with their bond. It has to do with this thing called private use. There is a restriction on how much private use, and their position is that because we're not part of the Elk Crud district, we would be a private user if they specifically reserve capacity for us, the RDC. And so their argument, which I'm going to have a conversation about today, is that we can't specifically commit capacity to you because you're not Elk Crud, just like you said, they're not us, we're not them, they're separate entity. That would be a private use, which would cause them tax compliance issues, blow their bond.
So they're, aren't they just, isn't RDC just asking for the future development of having that
Absolutely.
waste? That's what it is.
RDC has asked for a certain amount of capacity, and specifically 75,000 gallons per day from the treatment plant to be reserved for commercial and industrial development,
In that,
not residential,
yeah,
in that TIF
in that
district,
TIF district.
and to come up with specific, verifiable, and enforceable standards so that if we sense that capacity is being utilized for something other than that, we have the right to basically get our money back. That's what RDC has told me they want. That's what I've communicated. I don't have agreement on that yet. And today at whatever time, I got a phone call this afternoon with all those people to try to, and I feel like I'm going to blow this deal because I'm going to stand firm and say no. And I want you to know that, because if you don't want me to say no, then I can't kind of say no.
Well, is it up to us or up to RDC?
It's up to RDC ultimately, but I mean,
He's got a
You're
phone call
important
today.
to
And he's
me.
not talking to the.
yeah, I don't have RDC to meet with.
So they're trying to claim that by the county saying they want so much reserved, that we're a public or we're a
It's
private,
private use,
but we're not a private use.
right? But I'll give you an example.
They're saying it's because it'd be used by private.
Yes, and that we would be reserving it for the benefit of private users, which is true.
Yeah.
This happened in Allen County years ago when the federal government reserved spots in the jail, and the bond was challenged because that was deemed to be a private use, even though it was the federal government. And the courts basically held, yeah, the federal government, even though it's an entity that's a public entity, you're reserving spaces for the federal government for inmates in that system. That would be a private use. So the same argument they're using in this case to try to show that they can't their argument is they can't make this commitment. It all comes down to whether or not somebody would audit their bond and determine whether or not this is private use is a violation, which would cause their bond to not be good. Their bond counsels, who I'm going to be talking with today, to try to convince them that it's not. But in the end, it's somebody's got to say yes or no, right? And that puts me in a really tough spot, which I don't mind being in, of course. I just want to know that if I say no and stand firm, like I think I should, and it results in them not getting this grant, you're going to get a lot of blowback from a lot of people because I just blew
What you're
the,
gonna get from the public up here, because their rates will probably go up.
yeah, because that's the only other way to deal with
It's
it.
the only way to expand it.
I think they're paying so much a month now.
They are,
They're hooked up.
that's, but that's been the process all along. You know, once they start putting stuff in the ground, they get charged.
And I don't want anybody to have the impression that I'm asking you to make a decision. I'm not. I'm really just telling you.
Yeah.
So that if you feel strongly one way or the other, you'll tell me. But my intent is, unless you say different, is I'm going to take the position that, of course, it's up to the RDC, but I will recommend to the RDC that they not approve this if we don't have specific, verifiable, enforceable capacity reservation language in this document, which currently we do not have.
Well, there is no guarantee that it would be reserved for public use. There's no guarantee that. I mean, that could be our intentions, but there's no guarantee that we're not going to put something up there that would
Right.
require, like the state put the toll plazas in it.
Right. I mean, something could come along, and remember, what are we doing? We're paying to expand the plant.
Mhm.
So if we're paying to expand the plant and we're trying to avoid paying for residential use because we're not permitted to do that.
Right.
Well, then what are we getting in return for
Right.
expanding the plant? The only thing we ever could come up with is the right to let commercial and industrial customers in the TIF district hook up. And so that capacity reservation needs to be something more than just words, right? It needs to have some sort of commitment from LCRUD, because otherwise they won't have any restriction on who they hook up and what they do. So that's where we're.
Well, and it would make sense for LCRUD to hook up as many people as they can.
Yep.
That's how they
People,
get
but
paid.
we want to restrict it
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
to
it's
commercial and industrial customers too. They've said they don't have a problem reserving the capacity. They just have not been willing to give me specific, verifiable, and enforceable terms that say, if they
They don't
don't,
want to put it in writing.
get our money back.
Yeah.
And how do we, I've got ideas how to do it all, and I want to share those with them, and that's what I'm going to do today. I just don't know how it's going to go, and I want to let you know that.
Well,
we're-
Peter's on the RDC,
I
right?
know, yeah, and so Peter's going to hear all this on March 6th.
yeah. It's,
I hope that it goes well today and that we're able to,
Mhm.
I just want to give you a heads up
Yeah.
that you may hear about it.
and if they lose this revolving loan fund or whatever, how does that set them back?
Well, it's terrible for them. I mean, they can't do their project. So
And they need to
It'll-
expand they need to expand it right now for what reason?
I don't know, because I've not paid attention to their project, so I don't know what they're doing exactly or why they need it. All I have been focused on is the plant, but I believe it has to do with connecting the lakes.
Yeah, it's North Twin and North-South Twin and Pigeon Lake and Pigeon River around there. Those are the housing developments right through there. That's what they're connecting.
Which we, the RDC can't pay for, which is why we have to be very careful to
Mhm.
only pay for something.
And that's
in-
why we have to reserve space.
Yes, because we can't just hand them money. We got to be getting
Right.
something in return. So what is that something? It's the right to hook up people in the TIF district to commercial and industrial use, which increases
I
our,
mean, our hands are as much
Increment.
tied as theirs when it comes to
It
that.
kind of
Because
is,
If they
yeah.
want the money, then we have.
unless they want to come and get money from another source, Major Moves, which doesn't have those restrictions. We can't spend money.
That ain't gonna happen.
Okay.
And it doesn't have any money. Careful.
I just don't see major moves being used for that anymore. We've taken money out of that before for them.
Well,
And we already earmarked it hopefully for the garage. We'll find
I-
out on the 9th, but
I followed them a little bit and listened to it. I've wondered from the start why they didn't build. They knew that those Twin Lakes were coming on. When they started Howe, they knew they charged Howe first to build their funds up, I feel, to do that. And now all of a sudden, oh, we need to expand our plant for something we've known for a few years they were going to do.
That was part of the plan, I think, from the beginning, was to do it in 3 phases.
Yeah.
But they don't have the funds to do it. And
Right.
that's-
They're bringing a project they don't have the funds
Yeah.
for.
They didn't, I think they didn't get the SRF loan every year. I think the year they skipped or something, I
Well,
thought.
one thing they haven't gotten, of course, is they haven't gotten the RDA loan or the monies they used to
Yeah.
get. When they did all those other ones, like,
Yeah.
you know, south and east,
Yeah.
they had RDA monies, 30, $40 million, which they don't have that available apparently anymore. And so they're stuck with this SRF financing.
Well, they haven't held the rates down. We went from $27.50 a month to $82.50 a month, so they haven't done a real good job of that through the years.
2750 to 8250.
That was the original.
That's before you had any service though, right? $27.
We were the first one to have it hooked up, and it was $27.50 per month.
You flushed
Now
too
we're paying
often.
$82.50 a month.
I think, well,
Infrastructure is in the ground. I did all the inspections on it.
yeah, all the,
At the
I think-
lakes,
all the lakes are,
they're hooked up.
all their customers are around that price range now.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know.
Yeah, all their customers are.
So I just wanted you to be aware that's today. I don't know how it's going to go. I, of course, at the RDC meeting, I'll have more answers, and the RDC may have to make tough decisions if I can't get this language. They may have to decide whether to give it to them without it or say no. And I'm worried.
Mhm.
I'm at a point where I don't see how the two parties can come together. I've done everything I can to try to,
Without one possibly being full.
yeah. So at some point, somebody's got to blink. And I'm not going to. And that will be up to the RDC. But so I thought you ought to know, unless you tell me to blink. So
Well, I think it's up to RDC.
that's all I have.
Is there anything else?
I was gonna ask Robbie, have you paid any attention to, I think it's House Bill 1001, or says it's Senate Bill? What effects will that have? I mean, I've made a few phone calls, but what do you think that's gonna affect us?
I mean, I've read it a couple of times. I didn't really answer that question.
Is that the one for, building
House.
contractors?
Yeah.
They made a lot of concessions to that, so it's back to where it favors the counties and towns and
I
that.
heard it was kind of net neutral now. as well.
Yeah, before it was gonna be, we had no control what they built,
They
none.
can build whatever they want without.
The building
sewer
department, you'd have no
issues.
control of what they build out here.
They do anyways, just.
And the sewer, the septic system, same thing with the septic, we'd have no control over
We
that.
wouldn't be able to tell them they couldn't. I think it
Yeah.
was that we couldn't tell them they could build and they could have a septic, whether you liked it or not, Alf.
Yeah. No, it was all contractors that put this together. And I guess there's several contractors that are state senators and reps down there that tried to push this bill through. Yeah, it was bad. It was not gonna be, they were gonna put up cheap housing
And charge a lot.
and charge a lot for
One of
it.
the big contentious parts for us is they wanting to allocate third-party inspections. So,
They'll get who they want to inspect it.
so what would happen
Real
with a
pass.
cookie cutter construction company would create their own LLC, and they would become the inspection company, and they could roundabout inspect their own work.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it didn't make it, so it's kind of,
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll try
it did sound
again,
like-
but-
Yeah, I think they were voting on it today,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, what you said, yeah.
That and the one, I was gonna ask Kurt, have you looked at the township one?
I've read summaries. I've not actually read the
No,
bill.
you're gonna have to look into that, because we're gonna have, the county's gonna have a lot to do with that. It's a point system,
Do you
and
think it's gonna?
I think the one they passed, there was two of them. There was two of them, I think the one passed. There was getting,
They killed one and brought some of
Yeah.
those provisions into the other one.
it's gonna be a point system. They're gonna have, townships are gonna have to combine on the point system, and it has a lot to do with, are they servicing they got their own fire department, you know? So the only one that has really their own fire department township is Johnson Township.
Oh,
You know, I mean, it's, and it's gonna be, and the county's gonna have, the commissioners are gonna have say in how this gets, yeah.
Put that on us.
Oh, it's gonna be a mess.
They talk a lot about that.
So
You know,
how many townships do we have that do not have a fire department?
well, we have what, 12 townships? Greenfield doesn't have one.
There's 11 townships.
None of
11,
them, none of them.
11.
Oh,
yeah, you said.
if you look at what they,
Their town, they're like, yeah.
it's on what the towns in the Johnson Township, according, because asked Stuart about this the other day too, and he says Johnson Township's the only one that runs their own fire department.
What is South Milford?
Greenfield does.
They don't, there's something in the wording that it's not,
Let's say I was thinking Milford would have been, but.
Or is it a not-for-profit and not a township?
I think
Like
they're, a
Orland, for
lot of
instance.
them are non-for-profits.
Yeah, Orland's an example of that.
You know,
It's not the town of Orland and it's not the township. It's actually a not-for-profit
Yeah.
and they contract with the town of Orland. to provide
Because
service.
Shipshewana tried to get the non-for-profit and it didn't fly. So the town runs that, or kind of,
It is the town.
it's the town's fire department. The LaGrange City is a non-for-profit.
That makes sense.
But they would probably have some.
Maybe they're
Could
not
be
for
a
profit.
not-for-profit.
They could be.
Bloomfield?
Yeah, they
Isn't
could.
there trucks at Bloomfield on?
They may not be.
It's
township.
gonna,
They'll say that, but it's.
that's why I
not.
want Kurt, I wanted you to look at that to give us some advice on that, because that's gonna, I think there's gonna be, and their combined elections are like 2030. It's a few years off for the elections of townships, but they're gonna, if it gets through everything, it's just one way of getting the townships smaller and weeding them out.
Just
I've
so
talked to
everybody knows, they are trying to pass a bill also to shorten early voting
Short, see that,
by like half.
16 days.
I don't have a problem with that, so.
Well, I think for us, it's gonna save the county money, but for the bigger counties, it'll be a.
They're just trying to keep the fraud out of it, you know, and that, I can understand that.
I remember it used to, when you voted early, you had to have like a reason, like you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
had to show proof.
You had to have proof.
Town,
Yep.
Yeah.
A medical reason and.
I just don't understand why some of these places don't want, voter ID. It doesn't make sense to me. We have to have an ID to do everything else.
Shovel snow, right? We heard that last night.
We'll get back, you're talking about townships, and we have about 11, said Kathy.
Mhm.
Was it Warsaw, Wabash? Then we have 3 townships.
Oh,
In
wow.
the whole county.
In the whole, wow.
Yeah.
Kosciuszko?
And there was something there too. If a township borders so much percentage of the town, it gets absorbed into that. I mean, that's why I want you to read it. It's pretty interesting.
I'll go check it out.
I was trying to read through all that. I'm going, oh geez, this is gonna be a mess.
Well,
What bill was that, Terry?
The Senate bill was 370, I believe, 270 or 370.
There was 2 bills. One of them they got rid of. The one they were gonna do was, it was gonna eliminate townships altogether.
completely.
And the one they voted was like, was it 270?
Is it 270 or 370 is one? I think that's when it didn't pass, but I think they moved some of that into the House bill. I don't remember the number. off the top
I'll
of my
find it.
head.
If you find out, Kathy, email me that if you would.
I haven't seen the final draft, so
Okay.
it's hard to get too excited about them
Yeah.
because they changed.
I've got it at work.
They changed a lot, so,
They talked a lot about it down in Indianapolis.
yeah, they did.
That's interesting. What, you said
Yeah,
2030?
Senate Bill 270. It's, township mergers.
Senate Bill 270. Okay.
I just think something we're gonna have to, if they pass this, or if it gets back, we need to,
That's gonna be a mess.
it's gonna, yeah. So, anybody else?
I have one thing. I was contacted by 4-H. They're asking if the county, Aaron, heads up, please. If the county would be interested in paving Food Row and then up to the commercial building. I've highlighted what they want right there. Third ones.
The dirt piece,
Why I
where
highlighted
it's
it.
dirt, yeah.
Are you aware they're planning on putting a massive structure out there?
No?
I know they're redoing the commercial building.
They're talking about a very substantial building.
The 4-H is?
Where they get the money at?
Yeah, it's gonna be my. I know the commercial building's being done with private donations.
There's a big one coming.
They never mentioned that to me.
This week,
Where's it gonna go?
they're talking about encompassing multiple buildings of this building. I'm just third-party information from one of the members of the, it's gonna be a pretty massive project.
Oh, I talked to Ken Martin, they never mentioned it.
Wow.
Talked to him yesterday. That's just for us to think about, talk about. Now, I'm not gonna give him, try to give him an answer.
Is this something you guys can do or not?
Once we have a paver that works, absolutely.
Did you order a new paver?
It's on the list like everything else.
Oh, okay.
We'll get to it when we get to it.
I was gonna say, I thought you was in the process of maybe buying one or
That's the
something.
next RFP.
Didn't you have a bunch of monkey mix left over?
We do not have any left. Yep, in a good spot. It's safe for the public.
That's all I have.
So I guess just tell them until we get a new paver.
I guess when you look at this from above, I didn't realize the horse barn is bigger than
I went out
anything
there
else.
yesterday to make sure that.
I had no idea. Yeah, I know exactly.
He's never mentioned it. Bill.
I had late night.
You better ask them.
I
Yeah.
will.
They're probably, if I had to guess, they're gonna do away with all those food places there, all those little small ones, and put it under one, because they put up a tent every year out there. They gotta pay for that.
Yeah.
My guess is if they're gonna do something, they're gonna do it right there. Get rid of all the food buildings, put all the food buildings in one
Yeah.
and make it.
Oh, no, you can't do
seating.
that because those are different clubs. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Heaven forbid they get along with it.
All right. Thanks for coming, guys.
Yep. That's just my guess, but I don't know that. That or they're gonna put a